Hello Young Voices and teachers, my name's Phil and I'm the drummer in the Young Voices band, and I had this idea of doing a little drum related quiz for you guys, which I hope you'll find a bit of fun. I'm just going to put my headphones on here because it gets loud in here. So I'm going to divide this into two sections initially. The first section I'm going to play 3 songs, the drum grooves for 3 songs, and the first 2 are definitely songs that you would have heard. The third one is an older one, so it'll be it may be new to you, but your parents or teachers or maybe your grandparents would have heard it. Anyway, the first one is by an American female artist, and she actually appeared last night on the TV program called One World at Home Together, and she played a very moving song with just her solo piano and vocal, and it goes like this. But before I play it, the idea is that you tell me or tell us as Young Voices the name of the song and the artist or band that performed it. Okay, so here's the first one. Number 2 is roughly the same tempo, but there's a subtle difference in the drum pattern, and I'll give you a bit of a clue. It has a joyful lilt to it. Okay, and this one goes like this, and it starts with 5 beats that the band play together, and then it picks up into the verse. So. The third one is by a band that were huge and still are huge, even though they split up shortly after this recording was made in around 1969. And there were 4 of them, and they were fab. There's a bit of a clue. And another clue is the drummer was a bit of a star. And he came up with this idea, or at least he and the producer came up with this idea, of placing tea towels on the drums, particularly the toms, because it gives a sort of drier, deader, more muffled sound. So I've got 3 tea towels that I prepared earlier here. Just put these on the drums. You'll notice both these towels have the Apple logo on them, and that is also a bit of a clue, because Apple was the name of this band's own record company. Okay, so you can hear the difference now, okay, compared to. Alright, so it really deadens the drums. So this song goes a little bit like this. Etc. I played a bit more of that one because it features quite an interesting pattern, an unusual pattern for the drums to play on a pop song, and I wanted you to hear the different sections of it so that you could get a better idea of it. And where it gets to the chorus bit, where I was just playing the bass drum and the snare drum, you'll notice I didn't play the hi-hat with that like this. And that's part of the arrangement of the part to leave that out, which gives it more space and air. So it's an interesting feature. Anyway, that's the third song. And the second section is a little bit different because these are songs which start with the drums. So the first one is by an American soul artist, and it sort of comes under the classic soul stroke R&B genre. And on these early records, which this was one of, he played all the instruments himself, including the drums. And the only thing I think he didn't play was the horns. Anyway, this one starts, as I say, with the drums. It has, it's a straight feeling song, but it has a swing in the hi-hat part. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, that's that one. The second one, it starts with the cowbell, this instrument here, which is a percussion instrument that you often found in Latin music, Afro-Cuban styles, and you hear the bells playing this kind of pattern. That kind of thing. But this song doesn't start like that. It starts like this. Okay, and on the recording, the drummer didn't play the cowbell part like I just did. That was played by the lead singer. And to give you a bit of a clue, a more modern group had a big hit with a song dedicated to him, the lead singer of this particular band, and it focused on the moves that he made. So that should give you a bit of a clue. And the drummer, when he played the main groove of this, he's kind of famously leaves out the hi-hat when he hits the snare drum. So instead of doing this, every time he hits the snare, he'll miss out the hi-hat. Like that. So that's that one. The last one of this section, and coming to the end of our little time, we featured this song at the end of the For Those About to Rock medley in 2017. And the drummer, who's one of the great drummers in rock history, he referenced a song by Little Richard on this called I Hear You Knocking. And it's quite quirky because it starts on an odd part of the bar. So it doesn't start, when I start playing, it's not the actual beginning of the bar, it's on the end of the first beat, if that makes sense to you. Anyway, it goes a bit like this. Okay, so answers on a postcard to Young Voices, please. And if you can name the drummers, you get a bonus point. Okay, that's all, folks, and stay safe and well.